Welcome aboard the Bitcoin Express. My name is Chase. Let's get to it. In this video, we're going to go over 2 ways on how to choose a baker to stake Tezos on your behalf so that you can receive the staking rewards without having to do all the hard work. And the reason why I say it's hard work is because to bake Tezos or stake it on your own, it does require you setting up a node, having specialized knowledge, and also having almost 100% uptime, meaning that almost 100% of the time you're online and you're connected to the network. Because if you're not connected to the network 100% of the time and you miss out on adding a block or endorsing a block, you can be penalized. So luckily, we can delegate our rights to other people to do this for us. And the first way to go about this is with a custodian. And a custodian holds your cryptocurrency for you, and they also stake on your behalf. And typically this will be an exchange. And for most people, it's usually Coinbase. Coinbase happens to be one of the easiest exchanges. That is usually the first exchange anyone has when they get into crypto. And they make it super easy, simple. You buy your Tezos on the platform and then you can just click stake and it starts staking for you. And they have an estimated annual return of about 5%. But the problem with Coinbase is they do have a high fee of 25%, which is pretty high when it comes to staking. But luckily, there are other exchanges that are trustworthy that have no fees, such as Kraken. So Kraken is another trusted exchange, and they offer an annual reward of about 6% at the time of making this video. If you're watching this maybe in 2022 or 2024, it might not be the same rate. And the great thing about Kraken is that there's no fee. Another exchange with no fee for staking is Binance, and they offer an annual reward of 6 to 7%. But the thing is, with all of these exchanges, there is some risk. There's 2 risks actually. Risk number 1 is that you might not actually get your rewards as promised, and risk number 2 is the same risk you have whenever using an exchange. You are prone to being hacked. The exchange is prone to being hacked. You can have your funds frozen, or if the exchange goes out of business, you can lose all of your funds. So it's very important to choose an exchange that you trust, and for this reason, there are many people who don't have a problem using Coinbase even though there is a 25% fee because they trust Coinbase. And this, you could say this is the premium that you pay for simplicity, peace of mind, just an easy process. Now the second way to stake your Tezos or delegate your Tezos is non-custodial. And this is when you hold on to the Tezos yourself, but you only delegate your validation rights. And you might be wondering, how is it that you get to hold the cryptocurrency, yet you can still have someone stake or bake on your behalf? The reason this works is because Tezos uses something called liquid proof of stake. And in liquid proof of stake, you are completely liquid. Your funds are free to be moved or to be sold. And the reason is you're holding on to the Tezos yourself. You're only delegating your validation rights. So again, you're not sending over your Tezos. You're only delegating your validation rights. And there are many ways to do this with different wallets, but I want to focus on the most popular ones. So a very popular wallet for Tezos is Atomic Wallet. And I'll leave a link in the description below for the directions. Atomic Wallet makes it very simple and easy. They have a beautiful user interface that shows you how you can delegate your validation rights and where you can delegate your validation rights. But for the purpose of this video, I do want to focus on what I believe are the gold standards when it comes to crypto storage. And that's either a Trezor wallet or a Ledger Nano. And I'll leave links in the description below as well for the directions on setting up a Trezor wallet for staking and also setting up a Ledger wallet for staking. And in this case, there's only one risk. When you're using a non-custodial route, the only risk is that you might not actually get the rewards that you were promised because we remove the second risk because now you're holding on to your own Tezos. So even if you don't get the rewards, at least in the end of the day, you'll still have your Tezos in your wallet. Now, if we go to the Ledger website and it says estimate your potential rewards and we click on it, it'll bring us to this website, stakingrewards.com, and it'll show us all of these places that we can delegate our rights to. But how do we know which one is trustworthy? Well, luckily there are websites that do the job for us. The first one that I have in front of me is bakingbad.org. And you can go to this website and you can look at reviews and the metrics for all of these bakers or stakers. And another one is My Tezos Baker, which I prefer. So when you go to a website like My Tezos Baker to review who should I delegate to, most people make the mistake of just going to this website and looking for the one with the lowest fee. Or they might go to this website and just look for the baker with the highest annual yield. But what they should be looking at first is the efficiency rating. The efficiency rating shows the percentage of the time that a baker is online to either add a block to the blockchain or endorse a block and check that it's valid. So the efficiency metric really shows if a baker is trustworthy and you can expect to actually get a return from them. And after looking at efficiency, you also have to connect it to how long that baker has been baking. Because if a baker was only baking for 1 day or 1 week and they have a high efficiency rating, it doesn't really mean much. Let's say, for example, today I wanted to do something and I was 1 for 1. I'm 100%, but it's really a lie. It's a statistical lie. Yes, I'm 100%, but I only tried something for a very short period. So to have a high efficiency rating of AAA plus or AAA, make sure that the baker you're using has been around for quite some time. And you'll notice at the bakers with the highest efficiency rating, right next to it, you'll see there is a field for capacity, and you'll see it's almost full. So what is capacity? Capacity is the amount of Tezos that a baker can stake relative to the bond that they place in the system. And you might be wondering what this is, and I'll break it down for you. So a bond is what a baker locks into the system of their own money. So this isn't validation rights from anybody else. This is their own stake. And the reason they put it there is because they need to have something on the system that incentivizes them to play fairly. If they play fairly, they'll receive rewards. And if they don't play fairly, they'll get no rewards, and they'll also have their tokens slashed or taken away from them. So a small example of how this would work. Let's say I am a baker myself, and I want to bake on other people's behalf. So I put up a bond of $1 worth of Tezos, and I have the capacity now of 10. If I put up a bond of $2, now I have the capacity of 20. But the problem is, let's say I only have $2 of my bond staked, so I have a capacity of 20, but people keep sending me their delegation rights. So now I have a capacity of 20, but people are sending me 25, 30, so I'm over delegated. The problem with being over delegated is that if you are sending your funds or your rights to an over delegated baker, there is a possibility that you will receive less rewards or no rewards at all. So this is a very important metric to look at. And it's also, you should know that even though a capacity could be almost full or it could be full, they can lower this and make more room just by adding more of a staking bond. So let's say in the simple case I used before, I only had 2 Tezos staked as a bond, so I have a capacity for 20, but people send me now 30 Tezos to stake on their behalf. All I have to do now to be under delegated again is add my staking bond. So just raise my staking bond to $3. I hope I explained that. If I didn't, ask me a question in the comment below and I'll clarify it for you. So let's go through an example of actually choosing a baker that might be a good choice at this time. So first, we're going to go to efficiency and click through. As we go down, we'll see that a lot of these are near capacity or at capacity. As I get down a little lower, I see Tezos Tacos AAA has capacity. I see Tezigator also AAA has capacity. Crypto Delegate AAA has capacity. And on top of that, I see they have been baking for quite some time now. They have a pretty good yield, 5 to 6%. And also the fees are not that bad, 7%, 10%, 14%. So not that bad. So as you can see, you can go 2 ways of staking or delegating your rights for staking Tezos. You could do it the custodian route, which is super easy, simple. You don't have to think much about it. Or you can go the non-custodial route, which is still easy, but requires a little more thought, a little more effort. And in the end of the day, you can be assured that your crypto, even if you don't get the staking rewards, your crypto will still be safe in your own wallet. I hope that you found value in this video. If you did, like the video, subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.